Hey yo, man, if you're trying to promote yourself to the whole New York City and beyond, get at me. You heard my promo prices is the greatest in the nation, baby. The greatest in the nation. Send me an email at thegenpopllc@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram. Type in St. Laz, st.laz on Instagram and get at me.
I'ma change this. I'ma change it.
Then that's not what you're gonna do. Then what you gonna do? You're gonna go out there and you're gonna do something stupid? Cause you know that's not what mommy and daddy work hard for all these years. What you trying to prove? You missed a big shot? Risking your life cause we need some money, Daddy?
Yeah, we live in Red Hook Housing Project in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn. All we got is the streets.
Hey yo, make sure you go on Gen Pop TV and watch this exclusive interview called Super Trife Low Lifes. You heard? Shout out to the bro FOZ. Shout out to InSource TV. You heard? Hey yo, Brownsville, Brooklyn in the building. You already snowmobile. Know what I mean? Check that new video, BK Panamami featuring the guard LAZ. You heard? It's called Don't Ask and it's fire. And I filmed the video. Let's get it.
Let that nigga in the door, close the door. Son, this nigga went to the phones, took it was like 4 phones in the 8. That nigga took all them shits off the shit. It was like 3 picnic tables back to back, each had a TV. He went to the front table. This was our table. I get in the joint. They send me the HDM, right? I gotta get this shit to y'all raw, cause I want y'all to catch the visual. When I get in and shit, it was the first when you get in the door, this shit is like a turnstile. Like this shit got like little pipes that guide you around in a circle and like, you know, them little areas. That's like the front of an office type building, but you see this shit is so crazy the way these cages and shit. So you look and you know, just watch a slave movie and wherever you see them storing them niggas, that's how they were storing us. So when you go into prisons, any nigga that been to prison should understand what slavery feel like, because it's the same structure. But HDM is one of them gladiator structures. You could look and you could tell because the walls and shit just look, you don't see that when you come in yet. It look a little neat in the first area because it's like the school brick wall, the school bricks type walls when you come in too. So I come in, they uncuff me. I can recall feeling, you know, a little at ease and solid on my feet. You know, like, you know, I know wherever I'm going, I'm doing me, so I ain't worried about nothing. So they take me to, what block is this? 8 block. When I get, I'm trying to see, you know, a nigga always wondering what awaits. So I'm cutting through the halls, I'm looking, the shit still don't look dangerous yet. They got long hallways, shit look like school. You know a nigga dumb. Shit start identifying with your past, but lying to you at the same time, you know, but I wasn't dumb enough to feed into it. I'm looking for the danger. You know, when you come in a spot, you want to see, now I don't know pussy shit, but what's going on with this shit heading for? So I come in, and I look, long hallway, straight long hallway. And each block is like it's like a row of blocks up that long corridor, right? It's imagine a long hallway with doors, with 8 doors, say 10 doors going straight down. And on this side of the wall, and 10 doors on this side of the wall, across from each other, directly across from each other. And they got a metal detector in the hallway. Now, this is important to remember. So remember the long hallway, remember the 10 doors, each being a block of 100 niggas. You know, this shit is crazy. You ain't never seen 1,000 niggas stacked up in your life. Neat, bro. You'll see that in HDM. Because I don't know the math of how many niggas it was, but I know each household, 2 sides, which hold probably 100 niggas on each side.
Yeah, I think at one time all 3 of those tiers was open. Like, you know, it's 3 tiers stacked up.
I think all 3 of them was open at one time, but when I was there, it was only the first and the second tier. But I can imagine
when I was there.
I can imagine how many niggas it was when it was all 3 tiers.
Yeah, they said niggas was getting thrown off that shit.
That's why they closed it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So boom, you know, I done heard this HDM shit a little bit, but I was really green, but not green to the jungle. But you know, the HDM is not the jungle. That jungle is regular when you say HDM. You know, because it was way too many brand name hitters at the same time. That's like being somewhere with Jay Prince, Jay-Z, Jordan, Kobe. You know, that's how that shit was. That shit was saturated, but on a killer gorilla pimping dealer scale. Not too many pimps and none of that shit, but you meet niggas with pimp shit in them. I done learned all types of shit just being in this place. Survival like tactics, you know? And that's what I talk about a lot of this stuff for, because shit, you don't never know what happened. What if the Arabs run out the store, nigga? No disrespect to the Arabs, I love them niggas, you know what I mean? Assalamu alaikum, you know what I'm saying? A Rahman to Allah, all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to take nothing personal. But anyway, when I get in this shit, I'm sizing shit for the danger. I don't see no danger. I look, I know it's jail though, so when I look, I get to the motherfucking door, and I get to the police give me my bag, they put me in the cages to the right. Not cages, but it's one big ass tall gate with a door, like it's all like bars, and they opened that with the skeleton key, you know, the evil treasure key. Boom, they open the shit, boom. But they ain't open it yet. They put me in front of it. When they put me in front of it, you know, niggas is thirsty, so all the wolves is, you know, making their way to the gate to see what they bringing in this bitch. You feel me? So then when the first nigga to come to the gate, this nigga, I don't even recognize this nigga. He looked like the model nigga Tyson Beckford, right? So I look at this nigga, but the struggling version, but official. I look at this nigga. That nigga said, "Yo, John." I said, "Man." He said, "Yo, this nigga went to school with me." He goes bananas. He said him and his brother went to school with me. He said them niggas brought a gun to school. This nigga, and he like, yo, the whole fucking neighborhood and school is in this block. And I'm talking about my Brownsville niggas, all the niggas from around Sally's, Tin Am Boy, Howard, the Hill niggas. I mean, all of them niggas that went to PS 156 with us is in this motherfucking shit, in that block. So he going to get niggas. He grabbing niggas by the neck. He like, yo, come here, you don't remember this nigga, B? Right? And he pulling, and I'm looking, and this niggas that was in my class, that's in that, you know, that little picture you get, and it be like 30 little kids sitting stacked up nice and neat and cute like their mothers dressed them. You know, I'm seeing niggas from that like, oh shit, that nigga in the back row, because you never forget that picture. Anybody you got in that picture is somebody that you're gonna remember forever, even if you separate from them at them tender ages, where the teacher be in the front with the sign. That picture there is a very memorial, important picture. If I could travel back, I would protect that picture. But I think they got public record of that shit. You probably could pull that shit out. But when I get in there, I got him the same time he doing that, the nigga that I said rest in peace to, my nigga HB is in there, and he see me and he go super duper ape shit. Oh shit, my nigga John Ryder. He runs the fuck up. Now he's telling these niggas who I am in the streets. He He like, yo, my nigga nice, nigga dumped on nines, back of the die, he battled the locks, he going in. He going in. And he done went in already because he been telling this why I love him, man. That nigga he wasn't no rapper, none of that, but he was a part of my team and my circle and my people, and he eat shit, lived every word of the shits that everything we did was, you know, it just was crazy, man. But God bless him. It's kind of, please excuse me, that's my nigga, he not here. But, and the nigga didn't deserve to die. You know, the way he did. You know, the nigga went out fighting though. And it's funny that he went out fighting. You know, because he wasn't a fighter. You know, he wasn't a fighter, but he been around so many wolves, boy. He mustered up that motherfucking energy. I know if anybody that hit him, if they knew that nigga, I know they were surprised. Cause I was surprised when I heard how he went. You know, but I shouldn't have been surprised because it go to show that, you know, he was so honorable, man. So this guy, but let me cut it out. I didn't want to cry. Cause cause I wanted to finish hitting y'all with this shit, but I'm hitting y'all anyway. Rest in peace to my nigga HB, Harlem Black, AKA Dooley. He was up in there with a lot of niggas couldn't have made it being in that motherfucking shit with all of them Brooklyn niggas, nigga. This story about to get crazy. You know, but I'ma keep it thorough for the borough, nigga. I ain't lying. I'm sorry if anybody, I'm sorry. I'ma leave one nigga anonymous, but you know who the fuck you is, B. Don't get mad at me. I can't mention HB name and all of this other shit and God and then turn around and lie. You feel me? So anyway, but I'm careful. I ain't stupid. You know, I ain't gonna mention your name. But anyway, so while this shit is going down and I come in there, HB is telling them, John Ryder, Infrared, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Conrad Shiesty, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention no other names, bro. You know what I mean? But anyway, when we get in that shit, I get in, niggas is crowding me. I'm loving it because I see my childhood friends, my Brooklyn niggas, and I already know how to, and then I'm happy that HB could survive around these niggas. That he actually fit. I wouldn't have never thought that in a million years, because HB was a good dude. He was a friend. And niggas take advantage of friendly people, bro. But he just, I don't know how, and I'm going to tell you how that happened. You're going to hear later in the story of the guy that I'm never going to mention his name or nothing. But when he hear this, he going to flip around in circles. But you better respect me, nigga, because I don't have to hide you. I didn't have to. I did that because you my nigga. You just was stupid. And he threw shit on my name, too, behind this shit. To our people. And I never even cleared this shit up. I let you escape with that story because I know you turned out to look stupid. And you had to patch it up just in case I was going to tell a story on you. You my nigga, I love you to death though. So don't ever think I'm trying to shit on you, but you know I'm a man. And I talk to you like one. But I'm going to leave you anonymous. So when I get in there, I get into some shit in like 20 minutes. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I get in there, I had a 4-building mentality. And the 4-building mentality was, you know, we was really animal lessons in there. There was a lady in there, her ass was so fat, bro. And she looked like she was attracted to me. So while I'm sitting there, I don't even see her. I'm sitting on the bag waiting for him to move, and she put a whole butt on the gate and dropped something type shit, and I was like, oh shit, you know, we in jail, we ain't even seeing, the only chicks we seeing is these broads. I'm young. So I'm on her. So she nodded her head for me to like go in the small day room area. I look, ain't nobody in there. They opened the gate, they let me in there. She put her butt against the wall. And I'm looking, they had a clear glass, little square glass by it, where you could see into the little day room, whatever you want to call that area, by the shower. And I just start getting crazy with it. You know, I don't want to speak that, bring those visuals. Make a long story short, as we get into this shit, a Latin King nigga see her doing what she doing and see me doing what I'm doing, and he gets up and he come by me too. This my man now, but at this point this was us meeting. That nigga said, "Hey, yo man, what the fuck you doing?" Right? And try to put me on blast like I was a pervert.
What you mean? She was letting you hit off to her?
Yeah, she was giving me that money. You know what niggas with the animal lessons was saying?
Yeah, and niggas was hating?
Yeah, he was hating. No, it wasn't just that they was hating. These the adults, nigga, the coffee drinkers. This why nobody wanted to go up there. Cause you got, when you in the adults, it was certain shit that's not tolerated a little bit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That shit was zero. I quickly grew a whole nother attitude from this. But not cause I was scared. Cause I respected the adult maturity part of it. You know, but I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Yeah, so if she giving it up, man, if she giving it up like that, nigga gotta handle that.
Yeah, I was handling it. I was on it. Her shit was dumb too, right? So now I'm in jail, man. Niggas, I can tell you stories about that don't even sound bad. It sound crazy.
Yeah, I done told some stories. Niggas was like, nah, that shit OD. I'm like, listen, 4 building was out of control, my nigga. To say the least.
This is the real life way people respond to being taken away from women. and it never made us look crazy because them women that also heightened our features. The women, especially back in the days, because it was a lot of real solid men. So it was hard for them women to ignore the bravado in some niggas. Like,
and they was young. And them broads was young.
No, wait. How you not gonna like a nigga that told 60 niggas to sit the fuck down?
And got a big stupid Gucci link on. Nigga got a big stupid Gucci link on in jail. Telling niggas sit the fuck down.
Well, now there's a nigga in this story. This shit is worth all the fucking patience. There's a nigga in this story. Look, I told you it was Kobe and everybody. This nigga name was Knowledge. This motherfucker gonna get his street plat. He's so crazy, he gonna get his street.
What Knowledge? Talking about Knowledge from Brownsville?
Knowledge, you know, I don't know where that nigga came from because I didn't meet him right away. I met everybody else. I think he was in the midst, but he one of them niggas that moved like an animal. No bullshit. He moved like he moved like that shit with the dots in the jungle, man. I'm just trying to, what is that again? The leopard?
Yeah.
You ever seen one of those move?
I don't know if it's the leopard or the cheetah that got the dots.
It's the cheetah. The cheetah is fast, so they move slow. When they walking, they move slow as fuck. They watch everything. Mm-hmm. And when you see a cheetah, you can pull it up when you get off the phone. One thing you gonna notice, if you ever see him from the front, he taking slow steps and he watch like to the 50th power. And when they see something worth getting close to, they take even slower steps and they angle themselves to get ready to take off. That's how this nigga was moving. So he could have been in the house just watching me and everybody. This nigga barely spoke. You had to sit next to him to hear him. And that's what I would do. Later I would be next to him. Because I admired this nigga's style. He wasn't the toughest guy from what I saw. That's not what he displayed, but he turned out to be that. In every situation, to be clear. So, while we in there, we having a blast in this motherfucking house, man. Niggas are smoking. Oh, Mace came out that year. The girl I wanna hearing you. The reason why I'm doing that, only you, because this nigga, the Harlem nigga, was another Harlem nigga came in there. Now, this what I mean by I was happy that HB was able to fit. You know what I'm saying? The other Harlem nigga gets in there. He see that everything is harmonious, visibly harmonious. He think everything is good. So I see, you know, I ain't no dummy. I know my niggas, I know the jail, I know the area. I pull this nigga aside and tell this goofy nigga, I said, look, I don't ever want you to think that these are your friends. These are my friends. He said, what you mean? I said, I'm just trying to tell you, don't come in here like that. Slow down, nigga. I'm introducing you as my man. You know what I mean? But them niggas is from Brooklyn and they different. This is what I'm telling them. My friends ain't your friends, buddy. So this dumb nigga, look what he do. The nigga, I'm just chilling. He in there, Mace dropped his first video. Only you, he telling niggas. He in there telling these niggas that that's his cousin. And I'm like, oh man, he asking me, trying to make me a tag team liar or something. I'm like, I'm not about to laugh. You know, I hate that shit. So, but I didn't want to pop his bubble and make him a fraud right there, because if he would have had $3, niggas was taking $3 and pimping them for the other $3 that's coming before it get there. And I'm not, at certain shit I will stop, and at certain shit I will not stop. And if you put your head in the guillotine, right, and that shit is a midway coming down because you didn't hit the button, I'm sorry, Joe, your head is coming off. I'm not dying. I don't care whose shit it is. You did that to yourself. And it's, I know that it'll be foolish for me to, you know, to stick my head out there, but I love you. You know, I'm not dying because you decide to be stupid. I hated that. So, anyway, I tell him that. What's what it's turned out to be worthy for the nigga. So he in there lying to them niggas. He running his mouth. He trying to, you know, because the way I am on his phone is how I am in prison. I'm in there, you know, I ain't got to sit nowhere. I'm loud. I'm talking. I'm movies. I ain't going to be bored for nobody. That's my attitude. So he trying to do what I do. So anyway, he ain't telling me certain shit. So now my niggas is coming to me. And them niggas got mad weed. And we blowing. This nigga done became somebody on his own, supposed to be. He not even coming to me in the mornings or none of that. I can't even find this nigga some days. I'm like, this nigga loose. So the nigga was like, the nigga came to me one day and was like, yo, I had this nigga go to the hood. You know, he was connected to some niggas that was getting some money that I was connected to too. You know, some niggas I was just affiliated with like he was. So the nigga, but he was with them niggas every day. I just pull up and it's the same love. You feel me? But the nigga was like, I sent your man. Shout outs to my nigga Shy too. My nigga Shy from Brooklyn, B Villain. He said, I see he was talking about him. I sent your man. I had him go to his girl, go to the hood and pick up a pound of weed from yo. You know what I mean? And they were supposed to give me half. Them niggas took everything. I said, man, I done smoked half of this shit already. I said, I told you that these are my friends, not yours. Right? You know what I mean? And I walked off. And that was it. I told him, just don't get nothing else and you good. Because now you can't get nothing. You can't bring no gullible ass nigga around no B villains. You gotta act accordingly. And I respect it. I'm not one of them niggas. Oh no, niggas is wrong. Nah, goofy. I told you. So The nigga, cause you know I'm Harlem / B villain. I understand both worlds and love it. Both worlds. You know, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love the combination. Nigga ain't tell me that he did a deal with them niggas, signed the contract, all that raping you record shit. He ain't tell me nothing. I find out because these niggas is with me all day, every day, so ain't nothing no different. Whatever his is mine. So it ain't nothing for these niggas to be smoking with me till the gates close. Cause we gonna do this any day, whether he get it, I get it, we fam. So these niggas is, man, I'm blowing my socks off with this shit, no homo. And I'm like, damn, niggas got it. It's been about 4 days straight. You know, nigga ain't ran in the hallways asking for nothing or nothing. I ain't asking no motherfucking questions because I don't care, we just high in jail. So when you high in jail, you just high. You like to be, you appreciate that shit because you get like an escape. Not to sound like no fiend, we talking about marijuana. But anyway, now I might acknowledge, I used to call the nigga Nalo. Nalo was so official that after I found out the Charlie Wop nigga and shit, Nalo rubbed the nigga face off in front of me, right? But the way he did it was so, if you could call violence beautiful, that's the way he did it was beautiful. The guy, Knowledge was on some guard body shit, like, so, and he wasn't playing with that shit. You couldn't do no whack shit and talk that guard body shit to Knowledge. So the nigga Knowledge, they used to come to him with everything that happened concerning the body. So the guard body, so they came to the nigga and was like, yo, the homie next door sold a homie tea bags, faking like it was weed. And he like, word? He like, go get that shit. And they go get it. He like, what nigga did this? He said, the silly nigga, the guard, I think his name was True. That's funny how I remember his name while I'm telling the story. Couldn't remember that shit for shit. So the nigga said, yo, man, let me go out the gate. He told the bitch, open the gate. The girl opened the gate. He come out. That nigga come to the side. He said, yo, go get that nigga True. True came to the gate. It was about 20 niggas on the gate. Knowledge was guard body, but everybody that was around that nigga just was all types of other shit. But we just was niggas that was connected. So niggas is like whatever Knowledge doing, you know the people system. So niggas is looking and trying to see how Knowledge gonna handle it. This was his first vicious move. The nigga Knowledge called the nigga True, come to the gate, he's so calm. Remember I told you he walked like a leopard. This nigga was smooth. He was like a fox leopard type nigga. So he go up on the gate and he said, yo, guard, what's your name? And nigga was like, True, Master Guard, all of that other stuff. Knowledge was like, yeah, what's today mathematics? The nigga said, knowledge, board. It was something, equality. One of them. Yo, which you guard body lads? Which one of them shits represent being fair type shit? Equality, right?
Yeah.
What day is that? What's that? So we can
Equality
figure out
is,
what day he cut him.
It's 6.
That's crazy. The devil number. That mother, I swear I had no idea. I don't know none of the math. I just respect it. That nigga said, what's today's mathematic? That nigga said equality. Son rubbed that nigga from his temple to his jaw cheek. He said, that's what you're supposed to deal with when you say you God. And spent on that nigga, right? So I'm like, damn, and he tell a nigga, and then from a distance he telling them, you know you played yourself, now wear that shit, nigga. He said, don't rap, you God, right? He said, wear that shit, you know you violated. He said, peace to that nigga. The nigga said, peace back. I was like, oh my God. I go slide up in the joint. So now I'm looking at Knowledge, didn't look like he did nothing. He cut him like he was cutting the cake. You know that shit was normal. He was right back to his smooth self, like, you know, that shit never happened. You know, but it was stuck in my mind, all right. I was like, this nigga is dangerous, because he looked like the nigga that you were introduced to your mom. His pants tucked in, shit like that. You understand? He looked like Maxwell cut the fuck up in 23. You know, he was like real natural with it, with a gold tooth for trim in his tooth. Me and him get real close and shit. A lot of people love me in there. So the nigga, while we lock in, knowledge was not. I'm gonna get lost off of knowledge right now. Wherever you at, my man. I was on the floor. I held that nigga baby while he had his visits and shit. So, you know, I know that nigga ain't just do that to have time with his chick, because he could have picked anybody to do that shit. That nigga walked past a couple of people and brought the baby to me. And I held the baby for probably an hour for that nigga. Not an hour, but, you know, good percentage, because I gave him too much. I got about 20% of my visit, but my chick was on the baby anyway, so I ain't care. But that was his first licking. Now the next one is crazy. So while we up in the motherfucking block, we locked in. We hear some niggas saying, shut the fuck up. Shit like that. Niggas jump up. I'm like, oh shit, what's that? He's like, what? There ain't nobody out, but just the police when everybody locked in, and maybe the porter. So I'm like, what, this nigga beefing with a porter? But he clarifies himself with the next statement. The nigga's like, that niggas better ask about me. He was like, go tell them niggas go pick that nigga up off of that floor right now. I'll knock your fucking teeth out too, right? So I'm like, oh, this nigga just knocked police out, and how they got this nigga coming in another house? He should be shackled and put in a cell somewhere. The box. Where the box at for this nigga? I don't see him though. But because you can't see, I just hear. But the wordplay from this nigga, you know it's Goliath. He's saying shit like, any of you niggas, you too. There's 2 cops out there. So I'm doing the math and everything for myself. Like, hold on, who is this nigga? I'm like, you too. I'm like, them cops out there ain't that ass for a nigga to be saying you too, 1 on 2, right? I'm listening. I can't wait to see this nigga, right? You know, I wasn't scared of no shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me, but I want to see this nigga because I'm just curious. They open the motherfucker. That nigga, yeah, he ends it with some, yeah, you been here about it. They let that nigga in the door, close the door. So this nigga went to the phones, it was like 4 phones in the 8. That nigga took all them shits off the shit. It was like 3 picnic tables back to back, each had a TV. He went to the front table. This was our table. He put the 4 phones on that shit. He cut the TV on. Niggas is still locked in. He said, don't nobody better touch these phones, or the TV. Right? So now I know niggas want to see who this nigga is, but everything is quiet. Cause the threats and the shit that's coming out of this nigga mouth, niggas is not scared yet. They just want to see who the fuck this nigga is. I know I did. I'm like, this nigga talking big King Kong shit. They open the cells. Now I come out, I rush. I want to see this. Sure enough, this nigga look like Lee Haney, nigga. He looked like the nigga from one of them pictures from one of them jail stories you got with the big chest. He'll make that nigga look like he in a choir. This nigga look like Lee Haney, muscles everywhere, bald head. This nigga so big that we go in the chow. Me and my man Scar from Soundview, shout outs to Scar. We was tearing the H up to be little kids or adults. We was tearing that shit up. It was, you know, we wasn't cutting nobody or none of that shit. Me and Scar just was pressing niggas for weed. We was developing different systems to extort niggas in the middle staircase through the hole. We knew niggas was scared. I gotta tell y'all this. Me and Scar was professional extortionists. Can you imagine two little niggas shaking down and running through the building? We ain't had to touch nobody, but we robbing all types of shit. But how we extort niggas is, we used to listen for the cells when they call them shits every morning. 4 cell. You ready for bit 7? My nigga used to be in his cell with a paper and a pencil, writing all the visits. Right? He'd write all of them niggas. So if 6 niggas got visits, 7 niggas, he'd be like, yo, 7 cell 32. These the niggas on the other side. We ain't gotta worry about the niggas from my side. They straight paying already. Either we getting them or the homies. When I say homies, I just mean all our niggas. So, me and Scar used to call niggas through the hole and tell them, yo, man, cause they had a little hole that was just like a peephole size, but not the little hole, like the whole peephole. It was a hole like that, but it was enough for you to see through it. So we'd be like, yo, come here. Go tell that nigga, 7 cell, come here. The nigga, whoever come up, nigga be like, 7, what up, nigga? Niggas be like, yo, where that's at? Nigga be like, yo, where what? Nigga, we know, nigga, where it's at. Nigga, we gonna tear your fucking face off. We'll show him a gun through the gate. And the nigga might not have it, but we'll threaten and shake him to death. Then we'd be like, we know he ain't got it. We'd be like, yo, we just fucking with you. Go get 5 cell. So each nigga come, somebody folding. They sending that shit through the little hole. They not playing because they know the side we on, niggas get stabbed all day. So they know, and then plus my nigga Nalo ripped the nigga true face off for selling the shit. So anyway, what the fuck? Where was I at? So
I'm about to talk about the big nigga that came in. Y'all went to chow.
So look, so the big nigga come. I didn't know the nigga name until after I told somebody the story recently, and them niggas told me who the nigga was. But this nigga, so me and Scar, this is why I brought all that Scar shit in, because I just wanted you to know that we was running through the building, because I gotta tell you this, because what we running through the building is crazy. So me and this little Soundview Projects, Lord of Guns, Lord Tariq, Peter Guns, loving ass nigga, Pistol Pete, loving nigga, right? This my man, I love you, boy, hope you alive and well anywhere. Well, so we in the hallway. While we in the fucking hallway, B, we get by the gym, and they got a big plaque inside the gym, right? And they got trophies and shit. And there's one picture in the middle, a big picture, and the nigga, my son Scar said, oh, shit. I said, what? He said, that's the nigga that's in the house. I said, you fucking lying. I thought it was Lee Haney. I'm like, nigga, that's Lee Haney. Where the fuck he win a competition at or something? Ain't no weights or shit in here that I remember. So the nigga was like, that's that nigga. So I looked. Right, I nobody confirmed it yet, but somebody just confirmed this shit to me a couple of months ago. So anyway, we come from that. This nigga was so big, he had pressure on the whole house. I ain't gonna lie to you. Niggas wasn't pussy, but niggas was like, huh?
No, I was laughing.
Yeah, niggas wasn't pussy. God, yo, niggas wasn't pussy, but niggas knew. I'ma just tell the story and let you see what it was. So anyway, niggas is coming to me and like, yo, man, what's up with that nigga? In the meantime, he met me. He shorty, where you from? I'm from Harlem. So he like, word, little nigga, where you from? I tell him, where you eat? So he was from downtown somewhere. And I tell him, yeah, I've been at 12th Street, 14th, all that. You know, he knew Fritz, all them niggas. I thought he was Panama, one of them ill niggas that I done seen from back in the days. And they just got all big, because he looked like one of them niggas. Cat face niggas. So I'm like, but... So he bonded with me, and he's blowing with me crazy. Like, he got weed, shit. You could tell niggas. Look, he got mad balloons, mad colors. Like, you could tell niggas done been giving this nigga weed every place he been, cause this nigga got mad different color balloons of weed and all types of shit. He pulling out his sock. He got a headband on and dope in the headband. So the nigga, I'm telling him, yo, man, now nobody used the phone yet. I told you he took 4 phones. So I'm like, yo, man, this nigga, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga lasted 2 days with this shit. Niggas tried to reason with him, that's why, cause nobody wanted to get at him. Right? So, cause the nigga was too big. He was like a chopped black Incredible Hulk, man, literally. Luciferino wouldn't have been a big cry. He might be bigger because he got more cuts. I told you he looked like Lee Haney. So I was like, yo, I'm telling the nigga, I'm like, yo, man, those my people, B. He like, man, where them niggas from? I said, it ain't from Harlem. That's what he saying to me. Fuck them niggas. I'm like, look, I went to school. He like, man, you lucky you from Harlem. So, I've never been a snake ass nigga. My friends are my friends, nigga. Satan couldn't trick me out of my homies, cause I die in peace. Long as I'm laughing with my friends, I don't give a fuck. So the nigga, but I'm looking and I'm like, I always have rules to me though. I always believe that if you didn't respect my friend, you didn't respect me. And I was big on that type of shit. Cause I told you, even though I was a little nigga, I had a little bit of thorn in my blood. Cause I traveled around with that hammer. And I slung that shit accordingly. But anyway, that's what I probably was in there too for. So anyway, the nigga, he just denying peace. And my niggas is asking for peace. They coming to me like, son, what's up with that nigga, right? That big elephant nigga, right? So I'm like, son, I don't know. I keep telling this nigga, son, he ain't trying to hear it. So them niggas is like, son, that nigga gotta go, right? I said, I already know, cause I done made up my mind. He gotta go. I ain't get to tell him this, but they saying it to me like, son, that nigga, I said, I know already. Like, he just nothing. I tried 2 days. So niggas is like, damn, B. Nigga like, one of my niggas that went to my school, I forgot this nigga name. I think his name was Reese. I think he from Sally Matthews, right? Black, dark-skinned, square, fake Wesley Snipes looking nigga with a square head top. That nigga, wherever you at, nigga, I love you. That nigga came out, I think he was related to Reese too, man. Cause I might be saying his name wrong, but I'm sure this nigga went to school with me. The nigga looks, he said, yo, man. He said, I'm getting them, but I feel sorry for the first 6 niggas that touched that nigga, right? So niggas is like, he said, I'll get him, but I ain't setting it on him. And mad niggas is like, me neither. Ain't nobody agree to set it. So niggas is like, who gonna get him then if ain't nobody gonna pop on him? He said, you better get 4 of these dummies, right? But it wasn't no dummies. Everybody was peoples. So niggas like, yo, man, the nigga knowledge just came out of his cell out of nowhere. I'ma get the nigga, man. Niggas is, I'm like, oh shit, and this nigga the skinniest nigga in the world. I told you he remind me of a cheetah. That's how smooth this nigga was. He said, yo, I'ma get this nigga. He said, but when I touch this nigga, whoever don't follow up, I'm tearing your asses up. I said, oh, this nigga brave, but he ain't stupid. He said, y'all niggas better pop immediately. And he peeled. So niggas, everybody quiet, like, oh shit. Nalo said he gonna handle this nigga. So I'm sitting back watching. We go in the cell, we lock in. Yeah, lock in. Niggas lock in. When we lock in, I'm like, I wonder what this nigga gonna do. I'm like, I wonder what he gonna do to this big nigga here. Cause he can't make no mistakes. That nigga was like James Toney fighting Klitschko. Right? You can't make no mistakes. You might as well be fighting a nigga with a knife or two. So anyway, the nigga be locked in. They open the cells. Niggas come out the cell. Yo, I look. Nalo slid out. He was. You know how you shake a bottle to make it bubble and pop?
Mm-hmm.
He had a little fist-sized object in his hand, and he was shaking it by his hair like dice. And I'm like, what the fuck, this nigga? And sure enough, big man came out. He went right in front of the first table, in front of the TV. Nalo tapped that nigga on his shoulder and said, yo, big man. When the nigga turned around, he sprayed some shit in his eye. That nigga said, ah! Niggas start hitting him with everything. Mop buckets, scrubbers, ringers. Boo, the bucket, biggity, boo, boo, bucket, biggity, boo, boo, big, bucket, bang, boo, yo, a silence fell upon the whole area, right? Damn near the ground shake, right? Nigga looked down. Son, this nigga had the biggest knot I ever seen in my life, and blood gushing everywhere, and he pissed and shitted on himself, right? That nigga wasn't moving or nothing. I hope these niggas ain't kill this nigga. The nigga came in, boom. When they come in, they take him. Shit everywhere. You see all types of instruments of war. You lucky nobody hit that nigga with a knife, amazingly. So now they took the nigga out. After that, man, you know, that shit just was so fucking crazy. But I wasn't turning on my niggas. You know what I mean? Even under the gun. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that I never believed in that. I always believe your friends are your friends. Like, you know what I mean? Don't let the guy with money come around and now you trading your brother, your mother. Niggas is whack as fuck. They, you know, I had a statement that I used to say. They might as well slide down poles the way they act like hoes. You know, cause motherfuckers, they see a nigga got 10 bags, they wanna help him. Nigga got 3 bags, they not helping the nigga with 3 bags. You got 7 niggas jumping out their beds. You know that's some home, that's whack. And I used to see that, and I'd be like the next guy, cause they know he get money. I used to be like, yo, why you ain't helping him? I'd be the guy to go help the nigga that got 2 bags. You know what I mean? But HDM was a crazy place. There was a lot of people in there, like I said. This other nigga named Shy from motherfucking...
What happened with that kid, though? They moved him to another block in HDM, or they got him out of HDM?
Man, that nigga was history. I never seen him again. I never seen him. I never heard his name. I didn't know who he was. But to get back to him, a couple of months ago, I was telling the kid this story, and he remembered the picture in the hallway, and he was like, he said, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I was telling him I didn't know who the dude was, and the way that nigga looked, I know that's him, because there's no other name. You couldn't even call this nigga John Rambo. Shout out to John Rambo. And John Rambo name was one of the biggest names I ever heard in my life, affiliated with that Rikers Island shit. You wouldn't even, son, you know, this nigga's monstrous. You know? And when he said, I was like, yeah, that gotta be the dude. His senses wasn't proper, because if a child could tell you, yo, but that's my friends, man, I would have turned away, man. I'd have been like, all right, he didn't need all them phones. He didn't need all that shit. That was too much. He didn't have to do that. Once I told that nigga that was my friends, and all them people was my friends, he was supposed to respect my friends. But, you know, and then I thought about it when he was not respecting my friends. I'm like, it's like the message is I do what I want. No, you can't do what you want to me. What if he thinks he could do what he wants to me? You know, so overall, that nigga showed himself to be a problem. And, you know, niggas handled that nigga, packed that nigga up and back him out. But just to shout out some of the niggas that was in the motherfucking house with me, Rest in peace to my nigga HB, Harlem Black, man. I love you, boy. You know, just the fact of you surviving in that house like the other nigga didn't. And it wasn't because you was a gangster nigga. Even though you do deserve gangster flowers too, boy. You know, but, you know, what was remarkable about him was he was everything that kid got robbed for. You know what I mean? And HB was such a funny nigga. They got, if you ever want to see who HB is, the nigga from State Property, Smokey. They got back-scene clips of one of the movies. And my son HB in the back roasting them up and shit. It's one of them Dame Dash movies. My man the nigga Smokey couldn't even fuck with HB. You know, and the way you see him in that clip or whatever is the way he was. He was a funny nigga, man. He was like me. He come from my motherfucking camp. Shout outs to all the Thriller Crew niggas, the niggas that know, niggas that don't know, the niggas that slow. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. Shout outs to my nigga OG Daniel. Shout outs, rest in peace to Tim. Rest in peace to Bo. Rest in peace to I'm saying rest in peace before I find a name. Cause I know so many niggas we done lost up in that mother. Rest in peace to the nigga John Riddles. You know what I'm saying? You know? But let me get to my Brooklyn shit, man, because that's what this one is about. This belonged to Brownsville, Harlem, so I'm on my villain shit. You know what I mean? Shout outs to all my friends, my childhood friends, man, that never fucking forgot me. That you know, I'm not gonna say I was the illest nigga in America. Without y'all niggas, my HDM trip probably wouldn't have been so much fun. I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to my nigga Capone. I don't know where you at. My nigga Craig with the twin brother and all that. That nigga remember my whole family, everything. So you was like my brother in there. You know what I'm saying? From the H to the Beacon. Capone blood too. Y'all get in the comments. You know what I mean? Find that nigga for me. Let me see. Shout outs to who else was over there, man? My nigga Shy that was in the H. Shy was from Brooklyn, ran with me all day. Shy the nigga that robbed the nigga, the Harlem nigga, my man from Harlem. Shy, I love you too, boy. You know I love you because I couldn't get mad at you for that shit. I told him he wouldn't listen. He was running around every time Mace video come on. Only you, my cousin, right, Ryder? And I'm like, damn, why this nigga doing all this silly shit, bro? I know he hearing this shit. Man, this my nigga though. I love him to death, but this is the shit that was in his drawers. He got good drawers now. This nigga get money. He a fly nigga with a fat stomach, always smiling somewhere. You know what I mean? And he deserved to be a good person. He just was in an elephant cage, and he ain't know how to dance around elephants. You know, so I don't take nothing from him. It's not the shit on him. But you did shit on me. What if I was pussy, or my hands wasn't heavy, and you told them niggas I snaked you and somebody got at me? You know, but just thank God I was above being pressed. You know what I'm saying? Because that could have felt bad for me. And you know, but it's all good. I forgive you, man. I forgive you. Them niggas knew I was a wolf before I got in there, so, you know, they never knew what happened. I know y'all niggas hearing this shit too. You know what I mean? I'm mad I thought about it late because I would have sneak shouted some of the niggas out because I love these niggas. You know what I mean? But matter of fact, let's go. Shout outs. Shout outs to my nigga Dick, man. Shout outs to my nigga Dick. What's his brother name? My nigga Russ. All my niggas from 14th. Papoose and them niggas up on Sugar Hill. Shout outs to all them niggas, man. You know what I mean? I love you, boy. You know what I mean? One to grow on, nigga. I smash another nigga for you. But those is my friends. You just ain't understand that Brooklyn love. You probably do now. As an adult. You know, it's rules to that Brooklyn shit. It's rules to that B-villain shit. You gotta carry yourself like you a man. You can't be goofy, silly. And you got a whole pocket full of fucking donuts and everybody's starving.
Hey yo, shout out to the whole Gen Pop fam. You heard, once again, the channel hit 15 million views. You feel what I'm saying? Been telling these jail stories and street stories for 18 months. We did 15 million views, you heard? I'm over that 52,000 mark on the subscribers so far, but I'm just letting y'all know we moving out here like the MTA, you heard? And that's a fact.